Hello again, everyone. Hi. This is the Elite, your favorite Gold League caster, bringing you Game 2 between the red Terran in the top left corner from Team Dignitas, SjoW, and in the bottom right, our yellow Protoss from MouseSports, MouzHasu. Slight spoiler alert here, in case you're watching the games out of order. Go ahead and pause if you don't want to hear this. But MouzHasu did take the last game, as SjoW decided to sit back and macro up a large army against the Protoss Deathball, which did not work out so well for him. They're talking about disconnecting now. Hopefully we will not see any of that. And once again, I would just like to thank everyone that's been watching the videos. I'm only a few days into this, but I have been getting a lot of casts done, and I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm improving a little bit every day here, starting to learn all my cool new hotkeys, like that one I just put up there because I forgot at the beginning, and I will even throw up the production tab too. Why not block up half the screen with all this cool information? Chrono boosting out some probes, very standard for Hasu. And SjoW is starting to move out with an SCV, or just going to click like random all over the place and throw down a barracks. So both players, of course, not doing anything too crazy. Gateway starting to come down for Hasu. And once again, if you guys have any comments, any constructive criticism, hopefully constructive, or just criticism, that's fine too. Go ahead and throw them down. If you see these games on SC2 Cast, go ahead and comment there. I'm looking at the comments all the time, and if you guys have tips or anything like that, I'm more than eager to hear them. So go ahead and throw them my way. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I just want to learn to be a little better at this, so I can enjoy it even more, and hopefully keep the entertainment value up for you guys as well, because I know I love watching replays when the casts are done well, and I hope that I am doing okay with the cast too. Gateway about to finish here for Hasu, and the barracks does finish for SjoW. We see the orbital command on the way now. He does have one geyser out with 3 guys in it, and supply depot starting to come down here, but of course the annoying probe harass from MouzHasu that everyone loves as a Terran when you're trying to just throw down a friggin' supply depot is gonna make him pull back for a second there. Do have a tech lab coming down for SjoW as that orbital command finishes up, and a cybernetics core started down for Hasu. Along with, it does have one gas here as well. Haven't gotten that second just yet. And it looks like SjoW might be doing a very popular build. He is getting concussive shells, so perhaps applying early pressure with some Marauders, or just doing the 1Rex Tech Lab expand build, which is what I would think SjoW would be doing. With the games I've seen from him recently, he is really favoring a macro game, especially against these Protoss players. And he does actually have a Reaper coming out right now, and he is laying down that expansion. Warp Gate research started for Hasu, and he does have a sentry on the way as well. It's really important to get these sentries out early. I'm saying this a lot every single game, but I just want to reinforce how important it is to get out those sentries early, so that later on they have the max energy that they need to throw down force fields in the battles that really matter. We'll see if he's chrono boosting on this Warp Gate research, and he is not. He is just going to let it finish like normal because, oh, and there I go. MouzHasu, thank you very much for proving me wrong. I really needed that today. So we do see a chrono boost coming down on the Warp Gate research. 2 stalkers on the way, and that command center about 75% done for SjoW. Getting some Marauders out and throwing down an additional barracks. We'll see if Hasu here is going to go for an expansion as well, or if he is just going to be content at doing one push here. He is going to find this Reaper, and if Hasu's not careful, that Reaper, okay, decides not to engage with Reaper. Expansion goes down for Hasu as the command center of SjoW is just about finishing, and 2 more barracks coming down for SjoW as well. More Marauders being pumped out. Warp Gate research finishing here any second. Hasu is going to be moving out with the Stalker here. He does have a pretty good side of the map, and he does have a proxy pylon here down in the south corner. Very close to SjoW's base that I don't believe SjoW has scouted yet. If we take a look, we will know. And of course, it's going to automatically drag him down there. No, he does not know about this pylon. So he warps in a few stalkers here, and he's going to get ready to move out. Looking at the army tab, both players very close to even, 39 to 40. That's no big deal at all. No big deal at all. Looking in the production, we do have Stim on the way. 2 Marauders in this bunker probably will be enough to push this attack back, especially with SCVs repairing. Hasu does pop Guardian Shield, and he is pushing in farther to the base, and looks like he wants to pull back, and he is going to pull back Hopefully he does not lose that sentry. He's going to lose that sentry. 3 stalkers get away. None of them took too much damage there. Stim about halfway done, and a second bunker finishing here for SjoW. The Nexus just finishing now for MouzHasu, and he is doing his probe transfer with near perfect timing, as they always do. A robotics facility coming down for Hasu. We'll see what he decides to start making out of that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Colossi, seeing as he did that last game as well. SjoW here, once again, just being a little earlier on his expansions than Hasu has been, and it has been benefiting him in the long run, as he's been able to keep his supply up a little bit higher. 52 to 49, still just about dead even between these two guys, and it's going to bounce back and forth a little bit. As we can see, Hasu's robotics facility just about finishing. 2 more barracks on the way for SjoW, and our stim is just about to finish as well. He unloads all his bunkers and looks like he's going to push out. He's coming down probably to check for proxy pylons, and if he is, he's going to be happy to find this one. SjoW going to take down that pylon as barracks are finishing up. Stim finishing up here any second. Some pylons coming down for Hasu, and an observer on the way as well. And SjoW's just going to pull back to his base here, salvaging both those bunkers, getting a factory down as well. MouzHasu does have expansion up and running with 1 gas down there. And if you notice Hasu's pylon placements here, they're just in perfect spots to see any drops that are going to be incoming. He's got perfect sight over his base here. We do have a forge and another gateway coming down for Hasu, still chrono boosting out probes. And that observer is making his way across the map. He is going to see SjoW's army here. SjoW notices the observer and scans and takes it down. And another observer is on the way now, with the forge finishing up. I'm sorry, I had to cough there for a moment. And level 1 armor coming down for the Protoss. A starport on the way for SjoW. Reactor going down on that factory again. Nice force fields coming down for Hasu, and he has a very nice placement of his units here. They're very spread out. Nice concave going around, and he took out most of that army with very minimal even losses. Marine combat shields just about to finish up for the Terran, and we see Blink started for the Protoss, as well as another gateway coming down. And his armor research is about halfway done. Taking a look at the supply now, still just about dead even. Both players running off 2 bases here, both fully saturated. Still just 1 gas at the expansion for Hasu, and 2 gas here for SjoW, the amazing Terran Master. Going back to our production tab here, Blink halfway done, 2 more gateways coming down, and there's an observer here in SjoW's base taking a look around to see what he can see. He's going to see a lot of barracks, of course, and a reactored starport. Starport pumping out 2 medevacs here. Interesting choice with the Colossi play that he's seen recently between the games with him and Hasu. Both players, of course, still pumping out probes and SCVs, and 3 more barracks on the way now for SjoW. Blink just about to finish, his ground armor about to finish, and another gateway is about to finish. As we can see, he's moving around a little bit with his army, making all those gateways into warp gates, and a Ghost Academy now coming down for SjoW. And something very tricky coming down here. Oh yes, the Dark Shrine. And I've seen a lot of Protoss doing this recently. The Protoss will make Dark Templars and not use them for some sort of cheesy harass to hope that the players don't have detection, but they'll actually bring them in their main army, knowing that the Terran a lot of the times will just not have detection. And so in the middle of that battle, they just have Dark Templars in there destroying units, and the Terran not even noticing it until the battles even out a little bit and they get down to really low units. Then they scan a little late, but the Dark Templars already have 6 or 7 kills, and they've done everything they need to do. A lot of Vikings coming out right now for SjoW, and he's going to be a little disappointed here to not see any Colossi yet. Zealot leg speed is on the way as that Blink finished from the Twilight Council. And Hasu here has a very stalker-heavy army with a few sentries and a lot of Zealots as well. More Vikings coming out for SjoW. Dark Shrine just about to finish for Hasu, and SjoW starting to push out a little bit with his army. Probably just to do a little poke. I don't know if he's actually wanting to go engage right now. 3 more Vikings on the way for him. Zealot leg speed about halfway done, and a Protoss level 2 armor is on the way right now. It's about 75% done. As you can see, the Stalkers moving out here for MouzHasu, trying to pick off some free Vikings. And a stim from SjoW, and Hasu doing the smart thing, just running away, make those medevacs use their energy up right now so he won't have them later in the battle. SjoW did float a factory over here, and you might run that in a little later to take a look at the Protoss base. Let's have a pylon up by this North Zelnaga Tower, and one here by these back rocks that he can start sneaking guys into. He has warped into one Zealot there. Observer is falling around these units, and SjoW has not noticed it yet. These pros obviously do have very good vision, and notice those observers, just the little twitch that they make on the screen. They're very good at picking that up. There's one Zealot up here just waiting to see if the expansion is going to go down for SjoW, but SjoW's going to come pick him off. And the Protoss army now moving out, blinking and trying to take out these Marauders up here. He is going to take him out. Going to get some free Viking kills here too. SjoW could be worried, but honestly he has nothing to be worried about because there's no Colossi. These units stimmed again, and that's actually going to wear off pretty soon. Guardian Shield going down, and the Protoss pushing SjoW back. SjoW deciding it's not the time he wants to engage. And looking at the supply here, SjoW has fallen behind. He's about 25 supply behind right now. There is some Dark Templars mixed in the army here. 2 Dark Templars here, and we do see that Hasu's getting his 3rd base just about finished up. Multiple photon cannons coming down there to prevent drops and just give them a little static defense, since bringing this whole army back there to defend it would be a real pain in the butt. Back to our production, we see that next is almost finished, 4 cannons almost finished, and Protoss armor level 3 on the way, 3 ghosts on the way for SjoW, and he does have that Mobius reactor upgrade, so he's going to have a lot of energy on those guys to do damage. Still just mass barracks play here from SjoW, but he still does have 2 reactor starports, making nothing but medevacs right now, and Hasu is moving in with these Dark Templars and his entire army, of course. Deciding to pull back though, as that missile turret did have sight of the Dark Templars, so he did lose all of his Dark Templars right there. This is level 1 Terran armor coming down here, so it looks like SjoW is actually quite a bit behind on the upgrades. He does have, let's see here, 1 attack for his infantry, but the Protoss has level 2 armor. The Protoss army is a little spread out right now, and SjoW is starting to move towards just this group of Stalkers here. They do have blink, so if SjoW decides to come up and try and engage, they're just going to blink away and probably get away no problem. Do have this mass group here of Zealots and 2 Dark Templar here in the middle. These Stalkers here just coming to take out some of the rocks around the base here, and level 3 armor for the Protoss just about to finish. 3 more gateways coming down for the Protoss, and some more cannons being thrown down. Multiple Marines and still bio-heavy armor or units on the way. Another Dark Templar being warped in, and another Nexus going down for Hasu. In a very good location right next to all of his other bases here. Robotics Bay also coming down for Hasu, and a command center starting to be thrown down for SjoW. Hasu wanted to get rid of this factory to make sure it can't come back to scout another day. SjoW though is moving in. Ooh, kind of a botched EMP there, did not hit anything with it. He's continuing to push forward though, and we are probably going to see a pretty good fight here. That was a decent EMP, hit a lot of Zealots with it. Only caught one of the sentries though. And a pretty nice flank here by Hasu, attacking from the left side. And looking at the supplies, Hasu looks to be getting the better of this, as he's about 20 supply ahead. Warping in more Dark Templars here to help clean this up. And the scan comes in, and he's going to drop all those Dark Templars, no problem. Looking at our units here, 8 Marauders, 1 Viking, 6 Marines, and a Ghost against 7 Stalkers.